Matt Goldbridge not happy again. The hate train, the Marcus Rashford hate train, offended big time. And he didn't even do anything himself. Marcus did not do anything himself to offend the scumbags. Marcus did not do anything himself to offend the scumbags. He didn't do anything. What did he do? And they're all coming for him again. Rashford did not do anything this week. All he's done is train whilst on holiday. Making sure he's ready when he gets a new club, when he moves. But by doing so, he's managed to offend the cretins of the red side, the red side of Manchester. So triggered by him just training and also just doing a podcast with some, Spanish content creators. He offended every single one of them by him just saying he would like to play with the best players in the world. Who wouldn't? Who would like to play with the best players around the world? Right? They talk about standards, but they want him to say, "Oh, I want to play for Stoke City. Oh, I want to play alongside who? Who is your standards now, United? I want to play alongside who? Underperforming players, not players that motivate you to do better." But all of a sudden, they all offended again. They offended again. Each time the guy goes out and just do a thing, you've got hella hustles offended by it. How can you be offended by someone just wearing a jersey, a shirt, a football shirt? You get offended by that. What's your life like? You got your sad life. Have you got a life? Do you have a life for you to literally get offended by Garnacho wearing a Marcus Rashford shirt? Do you have a life outside of here, outside of football, outside of hating Marcus? What do you do? Because it doesn't even make sense anymore. Grown men like Matt Goldbridge, he's a dad. He got so angry, he left a comment under Garnacho's Instagram as if Marcus refused to shag his wife or his girlfriend or his baby mama. As if Marcus refused to shag his mom, become his stepdad. At this point, he wished Marcus was his stepdad. You know what I mean? People like Matt Goldbridge and a lot of them out there on Twitter or X, they get triggered by the slightest things, and it's so funny to watch. And some of them trying to play the political correctness card. Oh well, I don't want to overreact, but do you think this would have happened under Sir Alex Ferguson? Fuck off, man. Under Sir Alex Ferguson, we wouldn't be finishing 15th and be happy to lose a final. But this is where we are now. Every single one of them now, they're just unhappy with Marcus or with Garnacho. Let's get it straight. They don't hate Garnacho. They hate the fact that Marcus still got an influence amongst his professional peers. They hate the fact that professional footballers loves Marcus Rashford. Yeah? In case you don't know, in case you need a reminder, they don't hate Garnacho. They don't. Because Garnacho has done countless of so-called misbehaving standards by this Manchester United fan base. The standard is set for these players. It's like, do you even have these standards in your own home? Do you have a voice in your own home? Some of you can't even control your wives or your boyfriends or your husbands. or your partners. You can't even control your kids. Let's be honest, guys. Majority of this fan base, they can't even control. They don't have a voice in their own households. They don't have a voice in their own houses, in their own homes. They can't control their homes. They don't speak when they're in front of their missus, when they're in front of their kids, when they're in front of the kids abuse them, their wives abuse them, their girlfriends or boyfriends abuse them. But they're trying to set standards for people they don't even know, people that are just playing a sport. People are just enjoying the sport, the game they love. You know, they're trying to set standards for them. But oh, you can't go out, you can't go to a restaurant before match day, you can't drink before match day, you can't breathe before match day. You know, just go lock yourself in the house, yeah, like a house slave. And those standards are only set for certain players, by the way. Garnacho shouldn't go out, or Garnacho shouldn't wear a shirt, Aston Villa shirt. When did Aston Villa become Manchester United rivals? When did Aston Villa become like rivals with Manchester United Football Club? I've never heard that until this Matt Goldbridge guy. It's losing his head. It's lost it. It's like the other girl, what, one of his employees, Beth. Beth, did Marcus refuse to shag you? It's like, oh, Garnacho's got to go now. I'm done. I'm done. As if Garnacho is a boyfriend. I'm done. I'm done with him. Like, is that your husband? Is that your boyfriend? How can you be done with someone that don't even know you? Yo, the jokes write themselves, man. The jokes actually write themselves. Garnacho managed to offend the hate train, the CEO of the hate train, Matt Goldbridge. Yeah, the Marcus Rashford hate train, by just wearing a football shirt. And now he's calling them what? Manchester United rivals. And he's accusing him of trying to engineer a move to Aston Villa. Who cares if he goes to Villa? At this point, no player wants to come to United. The only reason they come to United now is big money. The Cunhas. I don't care what he says or the stories, whatever. Bruno Fernandes, I don't care what he says. Right? In Burma, if you don't pay him high money, higher wages, he's only gonna come to United for the influence he's gonna get. After he joined, because he knows his image is gonna go up. He can't get that anywhere else. But mate, yes, Garnacho has got behavior problems. Yes, he's behaved in the past in a way that he shouldn't behave. But also, he's 20, 19, 20. I know he's a dad now, but he's 19, 20. And people don't tend to realize this anymore, that the guys are so young. They're allowed to lose their shit. They're allowed to lose their rag sometimes. They're young players, right? But it's the manager's job to manage those behaviors. And you don't manage them in public. Right? If a player said to me, oh, I wish I'd played, I wish you'd put me on longer. I wanted to play in the finals. 20 minutes wasn't enough for me. Will the player into a room? I'll let the player know, listen, there'll be another opportunity. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe it was an error. Maybe it was a mistake from my side. Okay? If you really respect those players, if you really respect the individuals that you work for, you work with, you find a way to manage them. You find a way to get them into speed until you want to get rid of them. Just get them on your side. Yeah, you can do so, but actually get them to do the job and implement disciplinary processes. They'll follow and later on respect you for it. Full stop. But you cannot tell me that this guy has handled Manchester United the right way since he joined the club. I don't I don't buy that bullshit. I would never buy that bullshit. It's nonsense. You know, yes, players have misbehaved, but he's failed to implement the rules the way they should have been implemented. I remember the finals where Eric Ten Hag said to, I think, with Kobe Meno on the pitch, I think Ten Hag went over to Meno. It's like, next year, we're going to win more trophies, me and you. You will, you will have more time, you play more games, you get involved more. We all saw it on TV. We all saw it. That's what you call man management. The kid may have been disappointed. Most have been disappointed for not playing, for not contributing. But the manager went over and said, listen, next season, you get involved more and we'll win more trophies. And he kept his promise. And they did. They won a trophy together. But yeah, hating Marcus Rashford is not gonna, you know, it's not gonna get you anything apart from stress, high blood pressure. Hating Garnacho is not gonna get anything anywhere apart from stress and high blood pressure. Oh, it's gonna rain. He's gonna rain. It's gonna. So what else is there for everyone? Because you can't just go around 18 players. These players wants to leave anyway. So for me, you are not getting rid of the players. The players are getting rid of themselves. They want to leave, but they're not gonna leave until they get what they want. Sancho, please do not take a pay cut. Rashford, please do not take a pay cut. Anthony, I mean, he wants to play for Brazil. Sancho is never going to play for England. So why does he need to take a pay cut? He's never going to get selected. He needs to make full money. He's get paid in full before he can leave Manchester United for free next season. And he can have a massive sign-on fee. Rashford has still got 3 years. Pay Rashford in full and he can leave. You know, they can all leave if you pay them in full. They can all leave. If you really want them. Or just make the just reduce the transfer fees from 40 to 15 million for Rashford. Somebody will pick him up without wage. Yeah, from 40 to 15 million, he will go. I'm telling you. But anyway, good luck with that. Good luck with that. And also, if you're just gonna criticize Marcus Rashford for what he's wearing, what he's eating, what he's driving, yeah, you're nothing but a jealous prick. Not for his football. You're just criticizing him. He thinks he's a rapper. You're just a jealous prick, and you're also a racist. Let's call it for what it is. And that's what a lot of this fan base are. They will argue that, oh, we're not racist, but United actually got the worst record in terms of arrest. Yeah, if you look at the history, if you look at the stats, the number of arrests that's been made for racist behavior, Manchester United top the table in the Premier League. Manchester United top the table for racist arrest. from Greater Manchester Police. They top it in the Premier League. And imagine beating teams like what's this team in London? Imagine beating those teams that are known for actually abusing people, abusing, being racist, and you know, behaving in a certain way. Imagine beating those teams. But United has actually got the worst record, and that's legit more conviction when it comes to racist, the number of racist arrests that's been made from football fan point of view. Manchester United fan base over there, looking at it there, they arrested more people over there for being racist more than any other football club. Wow, it's windy, isn't it? That the trees. Woo. Wow. Yeah, go look at the record, and the record states that United fan base committed the most racist offences in the Premier League. I'm gonna do another live. I'm gonna do another stream of that record. I'll post it for you guys to see it. That this fan base, when they come for certain players, just know their agendas they're not just about football. They're about what the person looks like. Because they don't hate Garnacho, they hate the fact that Garnacho wore a Marcus Rashford shirt that's got his name on it, number 9. Rashford did not even do anything wrong, right? But the hate train of how, you know, Mark Goldbridge, the hustle, even his son gave props to Marcus Rashford, and he tried to call his son out for it. His son, what is a 6-year-old? Tried to call his own son out because his son gave credit to Marcus Rashford for the way he performed in one of the games where we won 2-1 or something. But anyway, I'll leave you guys to it. Catch you soon.